Sports Talk. My next guest is, to me, one of the best athletes I've seen from the state of North Carolina in a long time. Mr. Chris Clemons.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me. Very excited. Big fan.
All right. Yeah, like I said, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. Before we get started real quick, man, I just want to give a shout out to our producer, Miss Rhonda Marie of Gold Films. Chris, being from the state of North Carolina, man. Being from the state of North Carolina, we've had the opportunity, or we have the opportunity to play multiple sports, football, soccer, or what have you. Growing up, did you play multiple sports, basketball?
Well, I remember playing baseball and football when I was like really young. And obviously I played basketball too. The other two sports, man, I didn't stick with those two, very long. I knew basketball was my first love, man. I decided to dedicate whatever I had athletically to playing basketball.
At what point, man, did you know you had an athletic gift that separated you from your peers?
Well, I didn't start dunking until I guess junior year of high school. So.
Oh wow.
Other than that, man, I was just a pure scorer, man. I didn't realize I could jump higher than most people until then. And then I just found a way to incorporate that into my game and let that part of my game shine as well as scoring the basketball.
Right. Was there a certain point that you said to yourself, I'm gonna try this basketball thing, take the basketball and see how far I can take it?
Yeah, man, as a kid, man, that was my dream growing up, man. I always wanted to play in the NBA. I grew up watching guys, idolizing Allen Iverson, he's my favorite player. I love Kobe. A lot of guys I used to watch, man, reasons why I love the game of basketball. I fell in love with it. Ever since I was a kid, and I put a basketball in my hand. I knew I wanted to play in the NBA.
All right. So Millbrook High School, man. That's where you.
No
doubt, man. 5'9" guard, man.
No doubt.
You totally. At your size, you were able to dominate and get your name out there, man. Talk about your high school career at Millbrook.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, man, shout out to Millbrook High School, man, and the coaching staff that they have there, and they did. Coach Mack, Coach Davis, Raj Rashid, Coach McKinley, all those guys, man. Evan, cannot forget Evan Molester, man, great video guy. Shout out to all those guys, man. I still have relationships with all those guys, and we continue to support each other, and they continue to always give me opportunities outside of basketball to help with their program. So huge shout out to them. But yeah, man, Millbrook is obviously, as you know, one of the top high schools in the state. Every year, and they did a great job personally for me to let me, showcase my abilities, night in and night out. They put us in situations where we can play top talent, every year, and we can continue to, to grow as players and as individuals. So definitely one of the best times of my life was playing, with Millbrook High School and those guys.
And for people, man, that don't know you or didn't follow you in high school, you put in some work at Millbrook. Do you feel like you got your
Do I feel like I got the what?
Do you feel like you got your just due at Millbrook? Being, you put in a lot of work, man. I think you record for most points scored in the game. I think it was like 41 points. Do you feel like you earned at Millbrook?
Oh, I definitely I've earned the respect there, and I've gotten everything I possibly could have wanted out of that program and out of that school. And like I said again, I continue to get a lot out of that program. I sponsor their team now in some ways. I provide them with jerseys and gear and stuff. So we're still connected, but I definitely got all the respect and everything I could have ever asked for. Out of Millbrook High School.
All right. Talk about how was recruiting for you? Talk about that process.
Yeah, recruiting is any basketball player knows how tough it is to become a Division I basketball player, especially in North Carolina where the field is full of great athletes and basketball players. But I only had 3 offers coming out of high school and 3 Division I offers. Obviously blessed to have those. One of those being Campbell, which I chose. Other 2, Gardner-Webb, UNCG. Great schools. Really close race between, deciding between those 3. But only 3. I felt like, I was really happy with what I was offered, from all of those schools, especially Campbell, as far as education goes and, the basketball program. And I just felt like they were the best fit for what I was trying to do and where I was trying to go.
Right.
I think that's important for kids to know that. Mm-hmm. And it's often overlooked. And I keep preaching it to a lot of kids now when they're choosing schools, and not just to pick, the UNCs and the Dukes. Even though I'm a UNC fan, I love UNC. I always want to play for UNC. But if you really want to play in the NBA, man, it's just more about understanding the business part of basketball as well. You gotta know where you're going and what you're getting into. Before you choose where you're going to school, man. But I definitely thought Campbell was the best place for me, and obviously it worked out for me.
Now, being the guy that you were at Millbrook, you had to feel some type of way. I mean, you were one of the best guards in the state, if not the best guard in the state, but you didn't get any ACC offers. Any kid growing up in Raleigh, Durham, areas playing basketball, how did it feel to have those guys knocking down your door?
Man, I mean, like you said, man, I felt like I was one of the best in the state, man. I felt like every night I went out there and I proved that. Whether it was against whoever, you knew I was out there and you knew I was one of the best on the floor, if not the best on the floor every night. And me as a basketball player, that's the chip on the shoulder I carry. Still today, even when I'm in the league, man, I'm trying to, be the best on the floor every time I step out of there. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I wasn't too worried about, ACC, whatever, recruitment, because like I said, man, there's a million ways, man, you can make it to the league, man. Like, so, you got guys that are doing the G League thing now. That's a new route. Guys going overseas. Mid-major guys are making it, a ton of them now. I knew that, just making it to college and, the route I was going to have to take from what I was offered, I was happy with, man, and I wasn't really pressed about ACC or SEC, whatever it is, high majors, because I knew once I got to college, I was going to be able to make it regardless.
Right, and you definitely earned your keep at Campbell, which you chose to out of high school. Campbell University, man, which is considered by many as a program. But man, you went in there and put up some high major numbers the whole 4 years at Campbell, man. What was your mindset going to Campbell?
Man, what I'm saying, kind of alluded to it, man. I knew where I wanted to get to when I got out of college, and I knew, and they understood that, man. That the end goal is the NBA, over everything. And they understood that, how do we help this kid, achieve his dreams. And you know, we kind of sat down and came up with a plan every year about how can you stand out between however many other players, Division I players they are, you know, in college basketball, man. And luckily I have a gift of scoring, and they put me in situations where I could score the ball better than anybody else in the country. And I'm very thankful for that, man. I love those guys. I still talk to those guys every now and then. But like I said, man, they put me in the best situation to achieve my dreams, man. You know, can't be more thankful for them.
Man, when you were at Campbell, man, you broke the bank, man. You 30 points a game your senior season, man. All conference, all American. I think you ended up being the third leading scorer in Division I history by the time you graduated from Campbell. Man, how does it feel, man, to go in that regard? From playing,
man, dude, it's a blessing, man. It's really a blessing, you know. Just to think about how many guys came through college basketball, you know, played college basketball, Hall of Famers in the NBA, you know, the greatest college player of all time, you know, you were able to outscore those guys. You know, just some of the names that, you know, I was watching, just kind of mind-blowing to me, you know, that I was actually able to achieve something like that. You know, something a lot of people would never be able to achieve, and hopefully that's something that's going to stand there for a long time, man. And, you know, it's just a blessing, man. You can't really, you know, put into words that feeling that, you know, the stuff I was able to accomplish, man, it was just unreal.
Let's real quick, let's go back to your junior season at Campbell, and I want the up-and-coming basketball players to hear this. Why did you choose to put your name in your jersey?
Yeah, I mean, I put my name in there twice before I actually went. And, you know, knowing the rules is important, man. Like I talked about earlier, it's a business, and you got to understand, you know, all the opportunities that you're being presented with while you're going through the process, man. And, you know, the young kids nowadays, they're letting you do, you know, 2 trial tests. You know, with the NBA, you go work out for a couple teams, you come back twice. And that was just the best route for me. Obviously, mid-major, the exposure, you know, you get a little bit of exposure. You know, the things I had to do on the court got me some exposure, but going through that, you know, process, you know, being in front of those NBA guys face to face and going against other, you know, athletes, college athletes around the country, you know, in these settings, and being able to compete was just another way of getting you that exposure that you're needing to make it to that next level, man. So I did that twice before I was able to actually, you know, go, you know, after my senior year and end up making it. But yeah, man, it's definitely a cool process, man. You fly out to these NBA teams, and, you know, you got to put your all, you know, out there against whoever you're playing, man. Whoever they put in front of you, you know, they match you up with, you know, some of the best in the country, man. One year I had Marcus Keene in front of me, who was, you know, obviously one of the top scorers in the country as well. You know, we were both short guards, and, you know, they just let us battle it out, man. You know, I think it was just really cool, man, being able to compete against those guys, and, you know, getting your first taste of the NBA and what that's like. And, you know, just getting your name out there is important.
Yeah. And I, you know, like I said, I think it's important for, you know, the guys that are coming behind you to do their homework, to test the waters. I mean, they have a right to test the waters, you know, to see what these NBA executives, NBA personnel are looking for.
Right, man. It's definitely really cool, man. Like they literally give you feedback. They give you whatever information you ask them for, man. They give you, you know, what your strengths, what your weaknesses are, what you need to work on, you know, to make it to the NBA, to potentially be an NBA player. they'll give you all that information, man, and they'll keep following you, man, through your NBA career and see if you're improving and whatever you need to be improving at, man. So it's definitely something that every college basketball player should take advantage of.
Mm-hmm. 2019, you go undrafted in the NBA draft, but you are afforded the opportunity to play with the Houston Rockets. I was right there, front row every game, man, and you were able to display your athletic ability and your scoring ability very against level guys from other schools, as well as veteran NBA players. After that process, did you feel like you belonged?
I mean, I always felt like I belonged, man, before I stepped foot in summer league, man. I knew that I could be an NBA player and I could, do what I do in college, man. One of the things that they always say about mid-major players is that whether their abilities they're doing in college are going to be able to, transfer into playing with, the best of the best in the world. Man, I didn't have any problem, doing what I did in college, doing it in the NBA. It actually came quite easy for me, surprisingly, but I always felt like I belonged and I always had a chip on the shoulder. Like I said, man, I feel like I'm going to be the best on the floor every time I step out there. So it was definitely a cool experience, man. Summer league was very fun. The year I played in it, just getting to learn the system. It's your first taste of NBA basketball, and it's just really exciting, man, to be out there and learn. I learned from James, and then Russ came and learned from him. So learn from the best of the best at the same time was just amazing.
Did anything surprise you at all during the summer league?
No, not really, man. No, I don't. Summer league, man. I said, man, it was not as difficult as I expected. It was more free flowing, partially because of how we Houston Rockets play basketball, but
right.
It was more free flowing. Everybody's just kind of getting their feet wet. You're still being competitive at the same time, but and competing for a job. But it's just more guys out there trying to learn and just get better.
And you turned that opportunity into a pretty much a two-way deal with the Houston Rockets, man. And ever since 2019, the rest has been history. You from the first time you stepped foot on the floor, man, you continue to show that you belong. What's that feeling like, man, the first time you put that Rockets jersey on with that NBA logo?
Yo, man, that right there, man, that's a feeling I'll never forget, man. Like, I remember it, man. I still got the jersey, man. Like that was the craziest thing ever, man. Just the feeling like, being in the locker room, walking through the tunnel, putting on that jersey first time. I sat there and looked at that jersey for about 15 minutes, man, before I actually put it on, man. Just admiring it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just, enjoying the moment, man. It was amazing, dog. Man, I can't stress that one enough, man. That was the best feeling I felt in a long time.
Well, was there a player that you faced you were in awe? Were you starstruck by any of the players, any of the veteran players in the league?
No, man, I don't get starstruck by any players, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a competition, man. Real basketball players, man, they don't do that, man. They just I'm going out there to compete, man. So the first time I played against James, man, I wanted to guard James. I wanted James to guard me. I wanted to, show him that, I'm the real deal too, dude. Like, I like that. That's just me, man. Everybody's not like that, man. But me personally, man, I don't do that, man. It's about business, man. You trying to make some money, dog. You gotta go with everybody, man. Ain't no time.
Right. Ain't nobody had a Michael Jordan effect in the league.
Right. Ain't none of that, man. Just got to do it, man. You want to make some money, you want to be here, you gotta earn your keep, dog, man. It's too competitive to be tiptoeing around, man.
What was the feeling, man, when yourself, PJ Tucker, John Wall, 3 Raleigh dudes on the same roster, man? Did you guys go out to dinner, or did you guys hang out and talk about, because that's history?
Right. You know, I hate that I really didn't get to play with John, you know, this year. I was really looking forward to that, man. John, that was actually the first time I met John. Obviously, I played with PJ the year before. PJ is a super nice dude, super cool, man. I learned a lot from PJ, just as far as the business is, and you know, I've had moments that I've shared with PJ. You know, John, I was just kind of trying to feel John out to see kind of what he was like when he stepped in the door. But he's a really nice dude, man. Super cool dude, man. He's a great leader. You know, something that people don't really talk much about him being is he was really a great vocal leader, and that kind of surprised me. But really nice dude off the court, man. You know, he was definitely willing to take me under his wing, and you know, I learned some stuff from him. You know, the little bit I was out there, I still watch him. You know, I'm still able to talk to him. I see him every now and then down there in Houston. You know, just trying to keep up with him, man. But it was super cool, definitely. All 3 of us, you know, being from the same place, having the same dream, and being in the same spot at the same time. It's super cool.
Good, right. Hey, real quick, man, take me back to the bubble, man, playing in the bubble. How difficult was it to play in the bubble?
Man, it's different, man. It was unique. I'd say that. It was, you know, the novelty kind of wears off really quick. You know, everybody's kind of excited to be there, being able to play basketball again. You know, amidst all the social things that we were dealing with at the time. You know, we were able to get back and do what we do. You know, it was our first taste of, you know, playing without fans, and you know, trying to get the vibe together about how that's gonna be. And you know, obviously your family's not there, so you got a lot of guys that have, you know, kids and wives and all types of stuff that they're not able to see. So it's pretty much just you and your teammates, and you know, you gotta sit there and bond with each other for however long you're gonna be there. But it was really cool, man. You know, it was really cool for the time being. I can't complain about it. You know, we had a lot of stuff to do. You know, fishing. You know, play cards, golf, bowl, do all types of stuff, man. It was a cool experience, man. I liked it. Just being able to, you know, bond with your teammates for such a long time is something that you normally don't get to do, like whenever we were doing it, but definitely a cool experience.
Right. I got a couple more questions for you, Chris. I want to go back. Something I wanted to ask you earlier. How was AAU growing up in Raleigh? Did you associated with any particular program?
Yeah. I you know, when I was starting my recruitment and stuff, you know, like 15U, 14U, I was playing with Red Storm. I was playing with I don't know what happened to them, man. I don't know. But you know, we had Gary Clark, you know, we had TJ Evans, we had all types of people that we were playing with, man. And at North Carolina Red Storm with Anthony Simmons. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but you know, he was our coach. And Juwan Baker, our coach, man, you know, all great guys. And then I guess after they kind of dispersed a little bit, I don't know kind of what happened with that situation. I was playing with WCBA, you know, also our North Carolina team. You know, I played the last, I guess, 2 years with them. You know, when I was really picking up my offers, that's when I was playing with WCBA. So I guess that was like 16, 17U, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple teams.
Okay. So, unfortunately, man, you tore your ACL and you were by the Rockets. How was it? First, how's the rehab coming?
Yeah, the rehab for the Achilles is good, man. You know what I mean? It's a slow process. You know, obviously you gotta let these things heal, and there's not really much you can do as far as the actual Achilles is concerned, right now, like I said, man, 9 to 12 month process, man. So you kind of just take it slow, man. You got plenty of time to get back right. There's no rush, but it's good so far, man. Can't complain about it.
Okay, yeah. My apologies. It was your Achilles.
All right, yeah. All good.
All right, man. So you're in this situation there right now without a team. You tore your Achilles. How do you press the reset button mentally and physically to get ready for your next opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, this is a business, man. First and foremost, man. That's what a lot of people don't understand. It's nothing personal. And the process is just the business of the NBA, man. There's a lot of uncertainty sometimes, and it's unfortunate. You get hurt, and then something like that happens. But I'm not mentally. I'm not worried about not having a job next year or whatever it is. I just try to enjoy the process of getting back to who I am, and getting my health back. What I'm saying? In the summertime, we'll revisit where I'm going to be at next. It's a blessing that I was able to kind of play the way I've been playing and prove that I belong, so I can have some type of, certainty that, I'll be somewhere next year. What I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that opportunity before they get hurt, but I'm blessed that I was able to have that opportunity. And hopefully a better situation will come out of it,
Right.
So.
Last question, man. But before we get into this last question, man, I just want to give a shout out, man, to Jay Coleman of 3D Basketball for always getting you right when you come home. Jay put in that work, man, and I see that.
Yeah, that's my dude, man. That's my dude.
With him.
Man, I'm telling you, I pull Jay in that gym every day, man. He's always in the gym. I try to get in there every day, man. We, what I'm saying, we hang out, outside of basketball. We talk outside of basketball, man. He's actually one of my great friends outside of basketball, man. Love that dude, man. He's been a great guy, man. A good guy to learn from. Every summer, obviously I work with him, and we bring in other high school guys, some college guys, and just letting him work with me and learn from me as well while I learn from him. What I'm saying? It's a really cool experience, man. Obviously he has a lot of following as well, and he continues to grow, man. He's a great guy, and I'm waiting for the next chapter of his life. What I'm saying? 'Cause he's got a lot of moves coming up. Mm-hmm. For himself, man.
Right. Yeah.
Great dude, man. I'll always work with Jay, man, every summer, man.
Good stuff, man. Last thing, man, and a lot of up and coming and inspiring basketball players. I want them to hear this response from you. What is the one thing, man, from the time you started playing basketball up until now? What is the one thing that keeps you going, that keeps you dreaming to get to that next level?
Well, I mean, you gotta want this life, man. Like, the thing is, it's really tough to make it here. As everybody knows, man, and you're gonna come across a lot of naysayers, and you're gonna come across a lot of problems. That are gonna be in your way, man. But I'm saying, if you really want this, and you want to live this life, man, like you got to work for it, man. Nobody can tell you that you can't make it, because if you really want to make it, you'll put that work in, that you need to put in to make this level, man. You got to really be mentally tough, through this journey, man. And a lot of people aren't, and that's why a lot of people don't make it, man. So mental toughness is key, for real.
All right. That's good stuff, man. Hey, Chris, I appreciate you coming through, man. Taking time to bless me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate your time, man. Anytime. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, get healthy. When you come back, they're gonna get this work, man.
Oh, no doubt. Somebody's gonna pay. That's all I gotta do. I hate it for them, but it's gotta be that way.
All right, everybody. Chris Clemons, the Sports Talk Player Agent 3.